Hey everyone, welcome back to Forecasting Fridays. Um, so last time on Forecasting Fridays, we talked a little bit about using, what did we talk about? Oh yeah, we talked about using the informer to forecast and problems with the GPU, and we also talked about using the Gaussian loss function. So some of those errors have now been fixed, luckily, and yeah, and so today we're just going to continue along some of that, and we're also going to play with a couple of different types of embeddings and things of that nature. So yeah, we'll just get started on that, and yeah, let me see. One sec while I get set up here. Yeah, we'll get started in just like 1 minute or two. Okay, so yeah, I think we're good to go now. Let's throw up the screen back. So yeah, so today we're gonna work through a couple different things primarily actually looking at the loss, fixing some of the bugs with the informer, as well as kind of moving on to some new areas. So yeah, first what we'll do is we'll do some I'll drag that window back over. So right now I actually do have a set of experiments running with the informer, and they're actually completing using SHAP and the GPU, which is nice. So they're running end to end, but so far the results have actually been really shitty. They haven't even really compared with some of the other models. I think if we look at this, we'll see that it probably is not forecasting well. Yeah, this is so bad I don't even want to show it. So yeah, I don't know if this is a bug in the code or what, but it seems really weird that it's forecasting basically 1,000 cubic feet instead of 73, because that's just way off. But that sweep is running, so we can see what happens with it. I did just make a slight adjustment to one of the bugs in the decoding, in the decoder, and how the kind of temporal test loader works. So I'm hoping that fixes things a bit, but I'm not sure if it will. The other thing, so we'll actually work on, I want to get this actually merged before the end of the day. So there's one unit test that's actually failing here. And it's actually related, I think, to the way we're testing the informer. Another thing, too, that I've kind of thought about recently is just with the informer or any model is if we could create better tests that also test like its ability to converge and better test the range of values it's outputting, which is kind of hard because ML isn't deterministic. But if we could do that better, then that would be nice. Yeah, looking at this one, for example, I'm not even sure if it's actually converging at all. Let's see if I can find the actual graphs. Oh yeah, that's another thing. It's been weird. So on some of the things, the SHAP values I think are still incorrect. They are being logged now, but they're obviously not correct because they're all like just showing zeros for everything, and I'm wondering why that is. So potentially I'm gonna try maybe to add another test to there to see what's going on with the SHAP values for those ranges. Yeah, this one for some reason I don't think it added the actual. Maybe it did. Well, here it actually looks like on this one that the MSE and the other stuff was going down like it should have been. Yeah, we see the loss going down, so I'm not quite sure why this the main stuff got all wrong there. And yeah, on another similar note, like a thing that a feature I've wanted to add for a while with SHAP in general is we do have these plots which are good, but we don't actually log the raw values, which means like if we're viewing the sweep and weights and biases and stuff, then we can't actually sort by the different SHAP values, which is kind of a pain in the ass. So that's another potential thing we'll work on adding. But right now we'll just actually work on finishing off some of these unit tests for the informer to make sure it's actually functioning properly. And I guess this would be a good example of how to unit test your code if you haven't really unit tested your code, your machine learning code before. So we'll throw that up here. Where's this? Parameters. So different parameters. So these are basically the unit tests for the informer we have right now. The test that's failing actually started failing due to me changing something in the way decoding is done with it. But basically we get this error that 0 is not equal to 354. But the real problem here actually isn't the code I changed, it's that this test is set up in a weird way. So basically it's the test is set up in a way that test length is essentially let me see. It's set up in a way that essentially test length is basically the length of the sequence being passed to the decoder is actually longer than what it should be, and then we're not masking the shit in the right way. So that's basically the issue. So basically right here is we're saying that forecast history is 5, but then the problem is that when we go to initiate the temporal test loader, we're saying that the length of the sequence going into the decoder is 18. Why this code ever worked in the first place, I don't know, but with this latest change, basically this test is failing. But it's a stupid test anyways, so it doesn't really matter. So I'm gonna change that to free and then recommit and see if that works. But I found that actually with the test suite, uh, basically most of the stuff is the test suite's now pretty complex, so I pretty much, a lot of people might have issue with this, but I don't really run any of the tests locally either anymore. I just have basically a branch, as you'll see on the repo, where I work on features and I just commit to it, and then Circle CI runs everything. So basically everything I just push, and then I wait to see how the outcome of the test on Circle CI is pretty much how I normally run things at this moment. So we'll throw that back there. So yeah, on this note, these experiments are not looking good, but these were actually based on the previous version of this branch. So before I made that little change to the decoding, so we'll come back and look at that in a bit. Well, we'll actually reset that in a, maybe we should reset it now actually. Well, we'll wait and see if that test passes, and then we'll reset this and start running the actual experiments. So with that in mind, basically we'll go now, and so in the and look at something else. So the other thing I was looking at, and I was just throwing this up in a notebook I call Debugging Playground, is actually expanding in the long term. The short term we've been primarily focused on time series forecasting and other things, but in the long term we're hoping to do more stuff like supporting other types of models that say like do anomaly detection and time series classification as well. So basically one of the things I was working on here in the debugging notebook is actually creating allowing you to use one of the forecasting models also as kind of a time series autoencoder, and trying to like create a generalized way to support autoencoding with some existing models. And so I started adding, and I gotta be careful in which branch I'm doing things, but on a second branch I started actually adding some stuff to help with that. So I'm going to actually go and update this. I actually fixed the bug on this just a second ago. But basically on this other branch I've added some tests and other things to basically allow the models to work as kind of an autoencoder. Or this model. Right now I'm only focusing on one model, and in other models I might add something similar. And then the other thing too is I'm also beginning to write tests to check to see, just very preliminary tests to check and see if we can speak, if things are set up in a way we can cleanly do classification. So those are the kind of things, classification and anomaly detection. Because a while ago I added a thing for a final activation function, essentially. But I haven't really tested it for the purposes of classification yet. Of course, before that actually becomes usable for classification, I'd actually have to write a classification data loader to get the data in the right shape and return it, and write some additional code to test it. But in any case, I think actually just being able to create time series embeddings with our framework right now would be really useful. Let me see, what am I doing here? Oh yeah, let's see. Fix dim, I'll call it that. So we'll also push that. In the meantime, we'll go check and see what's going on with this. So to give more, well, I'll check this, then I'll give more context on this. Okay, so it looks like that previous thing we just pushed on the GPU side failed still. So the model basic task, I'll switch branches back right now, because as I said, I'm working on 2 different branches right now, and I don't want to accidentally. 339 does not equal 354. Okay, so that's interesting. Basically, this unit test was to check that the dimension was correct. Because in general, it's... Okay, now I actually have to go back to the... Yeah, this is the problem with having working on 2 branches for 2 different features at the same time. But basically on the informer test... Did I refresh this? I think I did. Yeah, so we're back on the informer branch now. So basically, the thing is now with the difference in the test loader, we passed in. We said basically the length here is going to be free. I don't know if we actually initialized it with that though. I'm gonna look real quick. N time series decoder in. So yeah, so basically on that front, where is it? So okay, so anyways, basically on that front, I'm looking at what I put the label on here, because that should be in essence label N I put at 20 here. So it's actually 2 things in 2 different places, which might be part of the reason it's screwing up. Wait, I don't know how we got 354 actually in the first place, though, because if you had 336 plus 5, that should be 341, right? Not 354. 330. That might have been from the 18. So yeah, I think with the because normally with the DF train test, at least for most normal models, if you were going to say forecast 336 hours into the future and you had 5 historical hours as time steps, then you'd have 341. Then you should have 341 as the total number of things. Here, what do I think happened here? So here. Okay, so yeah, I think there I was adding, since before I had 18, I was adding essentially 18 to this. So now essentially I think all you'd have would be would be 336 plus oh yeah, you'd need 336 plus whatever the historical thing, the number of historical steps was. So that should then in that case be 339, I believe. Yeah, 339 I think. Because label N, the essentially what targ 0 should be, it should be the length of the labels plus the number of time steps you're actually for real forecasting in the future, as the basic thing. So it should be, I think, 339. We'll see what, I don't remember what I just saw. Wait, no, that was before we fixed the bug. Oh, it looks like both of these are failing. Oh, so it is 339. So that's actually what it should be. So this should actually now be 339 stuff. So we'll just swap that there. So these tests, I suspect, or I hope that these tests will pass. Yeah, so yeah, because basically it will take free initially, the initial time steps. Yeah, for to pass into the decoder, plus yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. I think. Okay, yeah, that should be right actually. We can go ahead and commit that. Okay, so basically, what's going on now is that, yeah, I just pushed that. So I just pushed some code. Now we can, while that's running, we can go look back at the other thing. We do the squash layer. Mat 1 and mat 2 shapes cannot be multiplied. Thought I fixed that though. I was sure I fixed that because I had done it fine in the notebook. Yeah, this said worked fine in the notebook, so I don't know why it would suddenly not be working there. And then I pass. Isn't this essentially the same? Oh wait, no, that's fuck. Did something happen here? So I was sure these had actually worked. And then we do 1, 2. We throw 1 into 2. So in any case, basically this should be. This is just a matter of this bug this is just really a matter of this bug relating to what the dimensions of this tensor should essentially be, because so the question is, you know, what dimension should it be, and then what it should mimic what it gets rotated back to afterwards. So 128, 10, 20. Then that final permute x dot permute, then we throw dimension 2 back here, I think. I don't know. I thought I had that figured out. I don't know if it didn't save something here. Might not have saved something. Because I thought I was like 90% sure I had this figured out. So you rotate, I think, here. Wait, no, you don't do that. You do, going back here, you need to put that n. Because when this returns, I think it returns right here. Oh yeah, then it runs right before the output dim layer. So you actually need to have this permute back to. You need 128 to be the middle thing. You need 128 to be the middle of this tensor. So basically, instead, that's now 1. Oh, you might actually, wait, do you leave that? You do batch, no, because batch is, wait, where am I? Number of time series. Wait, do I need this permute? I think I do need the permute, because length should be, no, I don't think that's actually right at what's going Because I think this turns it into batch, number of time series, and length. Because I'm pretty sure this runs on the middle thing. I'm not sure though. I'm gonna look at that quickly. Because yeah, I'm 90% sure that the thing should run on the middle. Unless... no, I don't think that's right. Crap, I knew I had this before. So in that case, that should go there. 0, 2. Wait, no, I'm getting confused now. Okay, so, I'm gonna rewrite these out because I'm even beginning to end features. Okay, so this becomes this, and then we basically, well, I mean, I'm not sure about that though. I'm gonna print the x dot shape here. We should see two shapes now when we come. So it's originally 10, 128, 20. And then we throw 120, okay, 20. So 20 is the length in this case. Okay, and so 20 is here. Okay, so actually this needs to come here instead of there. So instead of throwing 2 to 0 there, we need to throw 2 to, where do we need to throw 2 to? No, wait. Go back there. We need to throw 2 to, no, we need to throw, or wait, we keep 2 there? Wait, no. We throw 2 to, no, we throw 1 to 2 and then 0 to here. I think that's the right thing. What? Then does that fail later? 90, 91. It's failing at 190 now. I knew I had this fixed before. I don't know what happened. It didn't save. But now I'm having to go back through this whole shit again. Oh yeah, because it's rotating it here. So it's actually rotating 0 to here. So actually, no. So 128 should be there. So 128 should be there. So this... so actually... God damn it. Print x dot sheet. Let me get this straight. I had this figured out before. It didn't save though. So 10, 128, 20, and then 128. And if 128 is in 2, then it should come out there, right? Because let's see where this is failing first. Output dim layer. So yeah, it should be in. So yeah, it should be in here, because then if that's running permute there, then you'd think if 128 is here, then this will go here, and then 20, yeah. I'm getting confused. I thought there was a permute between those two. Huh? Oh wait, were we failing on the second one? Okay, now we're back to failing on this. Before I actually think we were failing on that other one. So let me go back. So... let me see. Okay, yeah, so before we're actually filling on this one. Okay, so yeah, that's what was confusing me. We're failing on two different ones. So actually, so now it's trying to multiply 20 and 10 before. So actually, if that's the one thing, then we need to actually just swap where we're throwing batch size and in the length. So length should then, instead length should maybe be, wait, what is the shape at the end of this? We're at 10, 20, and 128. So actually here length is probably in the right position when it needs to actually be in the, it's in the middle position, whereas when it needs to hit this permute and be in the actually the first position, yeah. So we just need to swap those two, and then this should be smooth sailing, hopefully. So so yeah, instead this will just go here. Or wait, no. 2 will go here, and then 0 will go here, and then this will be right. Yeah. And then yeah, that should be the proper shape at the end. Okay, looks like that's fine. Yeah, I was just a confused little thing. We can remove that. So instead, so we'll go here. Oh wait, we have to switch branches again. So it looks like this one hasn't failed yet, which is a good sign. Now I'll just run back here. Let's see, we'll squash that. This was in, yeah, I always keep getting confused. Okay, so permute. So it should actually be 210. Actually, I might do this in 2 steps, actually. X equals X dot permute. So that one's, yeah, we'll just swap those two. And this will become, yeah, length. Then this is, what is this? This is L, this is actually BL, and then this becomes LBN. Okay, I think that should be right. Okay, we'll just commit that. Okay, so let's look at that. It's like what's going on Circle CI. Okay, so it looks like this will hopefully pass, which means this should be good. This branch I think will be good to merge. I might wait until But at the meantime, we can reset this. Okay, wait, I don't need that. Yeah, we'll run for train function first, just to make sure it's running. Oh well, oops, I might have just shown some shit. But no, Google actually refreshes that token, so it shouldn't be an issue. What I don't want to show is my weights and biases fucking shit. Okay, yeah, so yeah, it's actually my weights and biases key that I really don't want to show. Because that one token that Google issues is only temporary. It only works on a one-time thing. But it's the weights and biases token that I need to be careful not to screen share. And that's what I'm entering right now. Weights and biases, hurry the fuck up. Okay, I just entered that. I'll make sure to. Okay, I closed the window. Definitely can open back up now. In case I can't stay on here too much longer, do have other things to do. Yeah, we might do a shorter forecasting Friday session this week. Next week we'll hopefully be back with a longer session. Anyway, so that's training now. We can go check quickly. Oh, come on. I hate it when Circle CI runs the one test that I care most about. The fucking latest, you know? So yeah, it's basically, it hasn't even started model basic test right now on this. Anyways, those are the major things for now. I don't think we'll get to actually some of the cool embedding stuff we can actually do once this autoencoder is working today. But we might do more of a tutorial on that. Actually, probably before next week. I might do live coding sessions tomorrow night, probably late, maybe around 10, and we could actually work on some of the embedding stuff. Then maybe pick up from where we left off here. Okay, I just started running model basic tests. Let's see, this is going okay, I assume. Yeah, I don't think I'll merge this PR right now, even though we could, because we haven't really fixed the issue with the shop values and why they're fucking weird. I would like to look more into that before, though I do think we look at the PR checklist I put up for this. Where did we put that? We don't need to pull it up, I guess, but the most of the stuff is done now. So, but yeah, I want to fix up the actual Shaps things before merging it. Let's see, is this running? No, it's still installing the dependencies. Okay, in that case, yeah, I'll probably finish up there. For now, and then yeah, we'll be back on, I think, tomorrow night. Yeah, probably around 10 p.m. Eastern. Probably not. Yeah, and then might run till like midnight. Because I do want to get some of these issues resolved, particularly. And yeah, I'll keep doing it in live coding. So, okay, so it looks like that did run, which is good. I'm not sure if that affected the Shap plots at all, fixing that decoding bug. I guess we could always hope it did. So I just plotted the shiz. I think one of the reasons it might be too, because actually right now we're only with Shap plotting basically the input features in the source sequence, and the Shap might not be weighting those highly at all. So that might be one of the reasons it's not running as well, but holy shit, that's such a weird thing. I don't get how some of these models can be so bad. It's like you fail at the... I'm hoping it's just a hyperparameter issue and not some bug. Did look like this is going down though. I mean, I don't know. Anyways, what this... Yeah, Shap stuff is still showing, I think, all zeros for all this shit. So something's clearly wrong in how Shap's being plotted. So I'll have to look into that more tomorrow. But yeah, we'll keep working on both these things tomorrow. Oh fuck, how's this failing still? What? Go away, bug. I've had this stupid fruit fly infestation. It's an output dim layer? I thought I fixed that. Debugging playground. I was going to do debugging playground. Because I thought I fixed that. I thought the only thing I did was separate it out into two parts. Yeah, I thought the only thing I did was separate it out into two separate fucking parts. I don't know why it would say that. Wait, what branch am I on now? Let me go back to this. So yeah, it was 201. 201 was the thing. Right, so that goes through, that went to the middle. Wait. Wait, no, that's definitely wrong. Oh, fuck. So because that's batch why is this causing so much issue? So we're putting 0. No, so 0 obviously has to be going here. Oh, wait. Wait, what goes there? Wait, what do we put there? Oh yeah, we put 1 there. So this should be 1 and 0, 2, 1. Yeah, and then we just flop those. Okay, so yeah, that's it for the live coding tonight. I'll be back next week. Next week from me. So I'll be back Saturday night.